what's up YouTube? It's your boy Happy Meal Last, aka me Kyle. And I got a story time for you today. That's why I'm all dressed up and stuff. I'm here to prove the stigma wrong. Yes, you can be a Christian, still be a comedian, and work a professional job like this. Yes, you see correctly, I am a police officer, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to survive FTO. Because it ain't no joke. But real quick, because people gonna ask me a bunch of questions. The Batman belt, yes. So, got pepper spray, right? Mags right here. 2 mags. Right. X26 taser. Flashlight. Streamlight flashlight. Radio, as you can see. Handcuffs. I can get those back in. And last but not least, Glock 17, 9mm. This is loaded. Don't leave without loaded. Finger off the trigger. And it's got the light. Boop, boop. Per my department's social media policy, I'm gonna read this, all right? So I don't get in trouble. The views expressed on this channel are my own and do not reflect the views of my employer. I tell you. Boy, you walk up in there, you know, you get your little uniform and stuff, you looking all good, yo, I'm the po-po. I'm the po-po. I'm the po-po. You walk in there, boy, you go down for roll call and stuff. And now I can't speak for every agency, I have a small agency. So everything is compact and compiled. You know everything, you know everybody. And ain't no place to hide. Because there's only a certain amount of us. It's only about 30 of us sworn. You ain't going to hide nowhere. Everybody going to know you. So if you're struggling, they know. If you're doing well, they know. So we come in here. We come into the little squad room. We come to the squad room. I introduce myself. You know, I meet my FTO, Field Training Officer. Well, if you're watching this video, you should probably already know what that is anyway. But I meet my little FTO. No. I'm not going to say their names. I meet my FTO. And Officer T, I'm like, yo, what's up, Officer T? I'm Washington. You know, we go by, I don't know, police officers always go by last name or badge numbers. My badge number is 1216. So I'm like, yo, you know, they tell me I'm 1216. So I walk in there, you know, they give me their little, he gives me a little spiel of what he expects from me and stuff. And then I go to his car and I'm supposed to set up the car to my liking and stuff. And well, the first day is just a limbo day. You do your straight limbo day. Limbo meaning you just ride in the passenger seat, listening to your FTO going around town, just trying to soak it all in. You go to a call, your FTO does all the talking, all of the work. You're supposed to do nothing. So you go in the FTO, your second day, that's the official day you start. Here's how they break it down for you, all right? Phase 1. You do 25% of the work, the FTO does 75%. Phase 2, you do 50% of the work, the FTO does 50%. Phase 3, you do 75, FTO 25. Phase 4, you do 100, FTO or the supervisor 0%, also known as the shadow phase. They're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to ask them no questions, no nothing. Phase 1, 2, and 3, you good to go. You get to phase 4, you don't ask that person riding with you nothing, zilch. You ask them zilch. So what do you know, I'm riding around in limbo, boy. Your eyes be big as an elephant on limbo day. Day 1, you be just be looking around and stuff, cause you do your little ride along, right? You do your little ride along. Oh wow, this is cool. This is cool. I remember when I did my ride along, there was nothing going on in the city. There wasn't no crime. There wasn't no calls or nothing. I maybe went to like 1 call in the 10 hours I was there for my ride along. I was like, oh, I definitely want to be a police officer here. Ain't nothing going on. Boy, wait till you get out there in them streets. These calls be coming out of nowhere. They be calls you ain't never even heard of, boy. Calls you have never heard of. I promise you, when you in FTO, you're going to get some crazy stuff that you never heard of. And then as soon as you get out solo on your own, them calls don't exist. Or they're like far and few in between. The calls I was getting on FTO, which were domestic batteries, I got Well, at one point, I was in phase 3. At one point, now I was in phase 1. At one point, I got like 4 or 5 domestic batteries within my work week, and they were like back to back to back. I get out on my own when I'm solo, I may get 1 a week now. Like, what kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is that? Anywho, what to expect? When you walk in there, expect to have a good attitude, first of all, because that is part of your performance. They are grading you, all right? Your FTO is grading you. I don't know how it's graded with every place, but it graded from a 1 to like I think 6 is the highest you can get. A 4 is passing. You get a 4 and everything and up, you're passing. You need 4s and up at the end of phase 4, or in phase 4 to be solo. But don't worry about getting 1s, 2s, 3s in phase 1 or phase 2. Phase 3 is when you need to start getting them 4s and stuff. Don't worry, because you're learning in phase 1 and phase 2, and you're still learning in phase 3. So don't even worry about that, all right? So I remember, like I said, you want to survive. Step 1, have a good attitude. Step 2, don't come in there with no dirty behind uniform. Make sure your little nameplate fresh and so clean. Make sure your little badge all straight and all nice and stuff. Don't do like me, have your pockets out. Take your pockets and flip them bad boys over like that. Don't do like me, you know. Don't do like me. And you're going to see a lot of stuff. Don't do like other people. Do it by the book, because you're in training. Do it by the book. That's your friend. Policy is your friend. When you break policy, you get policies named after you. I've gotten 1 policy named after me so far. Never again. And it's stupid. I'll tell y'all a very small... No, I'm not going to tell y'all. If you want that, comment down below. I'll put that in a separate video. A separate story time. How I got a policy named after me. But you want to survive FTO, all right? You do it. You have a good attitude. You come in there with a nice, clean uniform. Make sure you have a learning attitude. An attitude that says you want to learn and you're not cocky. You know it all. I don't care if you're a retired captain from another agency and you're coming to this agency. This agency has different policies. The agency has different ways of handling things from your previous agency. It doesn't matter if you have 0 law enforcement or you got 30 years of law enforcement and you're retired, okay? Come in there with that good attitude, clean uniform, and a teachable spirit, and you'll be all right. And do homework. You got to do a little bit of homework at home. I'm sorry. Unless you're naturally gifted and talented, you got to do a little bit of homework, because it is overwhelming. And I'm not trying to tell y'all this to be overwhelming. I'm just telling you this little cheat sheet guy so you know ahead of time what to expect. You can't say Officer Washington didn't teach you. Happy Meal Labs, me Kyle didn't teach you. I ain't taught you everything you need to know. You just gotta listen, all right? That thing is overwhelming. Let me tell you what you can expect. And my agency is smaller. I can't even imagine how it is in bigger agencies, but we do things a little bit different. This is what you can expect. And this is 100% no lie, all right? You walk in that thing. Day 2 when you on your own. First thing you gotta do, dispatch, call your name. 1216, I'm answering. 1216, what's good? First thing you gotta know is when the dispatcher's speaking that gibberish on the radio, the first thing you need to realize and you need to study for is what the heck is she saying? When they use the signals and codes and stuff, you got to figure out what the heck you're going to. Okay, what type of call is this? What is the dispatcher saying on the radio? Boy, it didn't take me till phase 3 to stop looking at my sheet, because they give you a cheat sheet. They don't set you up for failure now. They set you up for success. They give you a cheat sheet, and it's got all the codes and stuff on it so you know what to do. So what you do is, you write it down or whatever. So when they say in that code, you be like, okay, code this, okay, blah, 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 okay, code that, okay, blah, blah, blah. Oh, now I know where I'm headed. So that's the first thing. That's having the cognitive memory to know what kind of call you're going into, or if you need to ask the dispatcher for additional information so you can arrive on scene as safe as possible, all right? That's the first overwhelming thing in training, because you already got a million things going on in your head, and now you got to figure out what they're saying on the radio. Step number 2 is, how you gonna get there? You better stop relying on that GPS. You need to learn them streets like the back of your hand. Honestly, if you apply for the agency and you did a ride along and your background check and all that stuff going through and you like a 99% sure that they have accepted you, you need to be riding them streets, man. Learning the back roads and stuff. You need to, the criminals know the back roads. You need to know the back roads. You need to know how to get to point A to point B. If this lane closes, if this street closes here, I know I can go this way, I can go that way to get to this destination here. You need to learn that. You need to know that better than the people that live there. Because essentially that's your home too. All right? So that's overwhelming, especially if a tone goes out. A tone is emergency response. You need to go somewhere quick. Somebody dying, somebody got shot, somebody got in a crash. Those are another officer's asking for backup because he's gotten in a fight. Those are places you need to get there quick. You can't be thinking while in FTO, okay, where do I go? How do I get there? Or are you using the phone? So now you're trying to figure out what kind of call you're going to because they're talking on the radio and how to get to that call. Nah, you need to learn those. Those are two freebie tips right there on how to be ahead of the game at FTO when you start right there. Study codes and signals for the agency that applies to you and know where the heck you going. You get them two knocked out in orientation or before you even get in FTO, that's already half the battle. Number 3, when you finally figure out where the heck you going, you gotta park right. I'm not gonna skip over that. You need to know how to park your vehicle correctly. Have you ever heard of an ambush? Well, they exist, okay? Ambushes exist. You need to know how to park your vehicle correctly. When you are going to this house, let's say a domestic battery has occurred, because that's like the #1 call where officers get ambushed, domestic batteries. Anywho, let's say it don't even have to be a domestic battery. It could be a cat ran up a tree, a little old lady can't get it down. You're going there to rescue the old lady. Dispatch assigns you by yourself because that's not a type of call that they think you need a 35 or you need a backup officer for, which is fine. So you go there. Don't park in front of a little old lady's house. You don't know if it's really a little old lady or somebody calling to say it is, but they're secretly trying to ambush you, or they on top of a house with a rifle ready to pick you off. You park 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses back. It don't matter how far back you park. There is no limit to how far back you park. You park 2, 3, 4, 5 houses back. You get out and you get out on foot, scanning your surroundings, scanning your environment, and you approach that house. You do that, promise you're gonna get buku point. Do that phase 1, you're gonna get buku bucks, buku points from your FTO. Promise you. Oh, this rookie officer here has situational awareness. Oh, he's cognizant of his surroundings. That's what you do. All right, next step on how to survive, on keys to success. The next step, once you do park safely, you got to have the gift of gab. If you do not know how to talk to people, this is not the profession for you. I know the age-old answer is, I want to help and protect and serve people, yada, yada, yada. Well, you can't protect and serve someone if you don't know how to talk to them. Not every situation, not every call, not every answer is going to be cut and dry. You got to know how to talk to people. You got to, and while talking to people, listen, I want you to listen real close. This next tip I'm about to tell you right now is going to save you a lot of time. When you get there, you get a very, very brief synopsis of what happened. As soon as you get in, okay, are you involved? Okay, what happened? Oh, he hit you? What? Stop right there. He hit you? Okay. Where did this occur at? Where did this incident happen at? Oh, it happened on the other side of the street? I'm sorry, sir, ma'am, but this is out of my jurisdiction. You're going to have to contact the agency whose jurisdiction that is. That happens all the time. That's what you need to know when you arrive there. Where did it happen? You have to make sure this happened in your jurisdiction, and obviously what happened. Then from there, it's just taking notes, baby. It's taking notes. Whether that's pen and paper, which I suggest as you're an FTO, you need to get all them details because your FTO might just ask you a random question. If you don't know it, sucks for you. But taking notes on paper or taking notes mentally, whatever. Then after you clear the call and do all that, you got to remember your codes and signals on clearing the call. Did you write a report or not? There's a code for that. Did you transport somebody? There's a code for that. Are you going to a different location but you're still on this call? There's a code for that. Are you discontinuing the call but going to pick it up later? There's a call for that. Are you writing a supplement report for this original call? There's a call. There's a code for that. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get it. You got to memorize those too. Oh, I forgot to mention. When you're on that call and when you're talking to somebody, make sure you have situational awareness. Make sure you know what's beside you, what's behind you. Now, I'm not saying while you're talking to somebody, you got to be doing this the whole time, because your FTO going to be looking at you like you're crazy. Like, what are you doing, man? Sir, man, what are you doing? You know? Don't be doing all that. But just make sure, you know, you're keeping your hands up, you know, to guard your face if you got to, you know, pop, pop, you know, and you're just scanning your surroundings, you know. If you and your FTO standing right here and you're talking to a subject in front of you, nobody's looking behind you but this subject. Make sure you scan every now and then. You hear something coming, you hear a car coming, scan real quick. Make sure. Keys to success. Before you even talk to that person, when you're walking up to them with your FTO, look at their whole body. I know they teach you this in training, but you want keys to success, look at their whole body, look at what they're wearing, look at pockets, see if there's anything bulging, look at their waist, see if you can see anything on there. Because FTOs love to quiz you. You get back to, that person can be a victim. Not even a criminal you're talking to, a victim. You get back to the car, your FTO pop quiz you. Okay, well, what kind of shirt were they wearing? What color shirt were they wearing? Did you see their undershirt? What color was that? You got to know, because you never know. Look at the person's posture. Look at if the person you're talking to, their posture. Look at, see if their stance is bladed. Look to see if you're talking to them and they're looking around. If they're looking around, that means they're either looking for witnesses, that means they're looking to, or they might be looking to run. You never know. All I'm saying is be smart. Be smart. And that's keys to success right there, because if your FTO asks you, why was that person standing like that? Boom, you already know. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And the last little tips for success for you, real quick. No drama. You got to remember, yes, you are hired, but you are on probation. Most agencies is FTO for however many months and then a year probation, right? So that means they can fire you for any reason. So don't be gossiping in the car with your FTO, airing all your business and stuff out. That's not the time for that. You are there to learn and be the best rookie officer you can be until you get cut solo. And then when you cut solo, you're officially part of the team. But you still don't act up because you're still on probation, okay? So don't be stupid. Be smart. Remember, this is a professional job. I know you see police officers doing crazy stuff, and they're going to be saying some crazy stuff, and all you can do is laugh or whatever. Remember, they're not you, okay? Don't you go thinking you can do the same thing veteran officers can do. You'll end up in a world of hurt, world of trouble, or just plain out fired, okay? Be smart. You applied to this job for a reason. You know, remember what you do off camera, on camera is off camera. Your daily life, everything, all of that reflects the image of a police officer and who you are. Just little tips to remember, okay? Just remember that. Keys to success. They'll be posting raunchy videos of you twerking or somebody else twerking and stuff all on your social media and stuff, because you are the public image of that agency. You are representing that agency. Bible says, let not your good be spoken evil of. Okay? Don't let your good, the person you are, be spoken evil of to the agency that you're representing. Okay? I got stories about what happens to how I was fighting a dude and wound up sandwiched on the couch with him and another officer. It's crazy stuff. How I got in a fight at the jail. And it's a bunch of crazy stuff. If y'all like it, but if you want to hear it, and perspective from a Christian police officer that's bout it when it's time, and a beach cop when it's time, just let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Happy Middle Last family, church family. This is a safe space. Remember that. I love each and every one of y'all. And you be blessed.